Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurion's review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review Institutions. This is the Marcher Lords, the Norman Conquest of Wales. It says it's from David Quat. I had this game in the past and I played it and I did a review of it. I got another copy of it, so this copy I'm probably going to resell, but I figured I'd show it to you guys before I put it up for sale. On the back here, just got a unit legend and a sequence of play, Norman supply, and some siege stuff. The sequence of play is levy phase, random events phase, movement phase, combat phase, and then during combat you conduct sieges and then conduct combat resolution, which is missile fire, melee, and retreats and so forth. And then you have an activation phase and a strategic movement phase. So this is one of these games where you have to mount the counters on cardboard and cut them out. Some people have a big problem with that. It's a pain in the ass, to be honest. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I'd prefer it had die-cut counters. Let me show you the map here. Map's alright for a map that was probably printed on a 11 by 17 inch laser printer. For some kind of micro game like this is actually not a bad map. Shows all the different earldoms here and so forth. If I recall correctly, it's been a while since I played this, I think 2 or 3 years. When the Normans move, whenever they become adjacent to another earldom or enter it or something, it activates it. So they have to conquer to move, and whenever they move, they activate more earldoms against them, and so moving causes them to lose. But if you don't invade new territory, you lose then too. So it's like catch-22, if I remember. So the first scenario I remember, I nicknamed it the Normans can't win, and then the second scenario, my friend named it the Welsh cannot lose. So if that gives you an idea of the play balance, and it's got a turn record track on it too. All right, here's the counters. These are the ones you mount. Little thing I like to say to manufacturers that make these counters where you have to mount them yourselves: if you're gonna do that, why not put them on, instead of just regular printer paper like this, put them on the printer paper where it's self-adhesive so they can use that to attach them to the cardboard. It'll take a little bit of the work away. At least they had enough sense with this game, since you have to cut out the counters to make them single-sided. What I really hate is when you buy a game with unmounted counters and it has like 400 counters and they're double-sided, and those are a real pain in the ass. And as you're using them, sometimes the glue doesn't hold the one side too well, and I don't know, I'm not into that. Sometimes I force myself to mount the counters and play the games, other times I don't. So die cutting really isn't all that expensive. If you look around and go online, you can have a sheet of counters done for, I wouldn't say it's inexpensive, it's not as expensive as you would think. So alright, here's the rules. Going over game components and then a sequence of play, which we already went over. The rules actually ain't bad. They're not bad at all. They're easy to learn. It's just the game was totally unbalanced, in my opinion. All right, here it's talking about levying new units. And I think in the first scenario, the Normans and the Welsh levy every turn. In the second scenario, the Welsh levy every other turn, but the Normans levy every turn. But the Welsh started with much more territory, so therefore they would levy more. So, all right, and it's got random events here and stuff too, such as assassination, abandoned castles, bountiful harvest, foul weather, that type of stuff, incite revolt. And it's going over movement and combat. And activation. And here's the scenarios. First one is the Norman conquerors, and where's that Welsh scenario? And the second one is the rebirth of the Welsh. And here's the random event table for the Normans, and there's a separate one for the Welsh. And then there's some optional rules too. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please click like on it. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. And also, in the, not the comment section, but the description section for this video, I'll put a link to the Marcher Lords review I put on my website. Have a good evening.